Good day, guys. I hope you're good. This is Elton from Maths and Science Series. Be greeted. Today I'll be doing alcohols under organic chemistry. If you didn't watch the first video, because it's very important for you to watch it, because there are things that we won't explain on this video, since we explained it on the first video or part one, where we're talking about the hydrocarbon compounds, the alkanes, alkynes, and the alkenes. It's very important for you to watch that video because we explained what a homologous series and what a functional group is, and we gave several examples that will actually make you to understand or differentiate between the two terms of which is homologous series and the functional group. So today we'll be doing alcohols. Alcohol is one of the homologous series. Then for you to say that the structure is a structure of an alcohol, there must be something or a sign that you must see that if I see this sign, it means that this is an alcohol. For an example, let's say in your home or in your house, you see maybe your little sibling, she sees someone standing outside. Then they say, let's say your name is David. You say, Brother David. Then you say, yes or what? Then the little one says, there's a male standing outside. Now, whatever that your sibling saw that made him or her to say that there's a male outside, it means that there's something that he saw that will actually make him to conclude that this is a male. I'm not sure if you understand that. Or, for an example, let's say your mother or your father or whoever goes to the mall and they come back with food. Then you say that, my mother brought me a KFC meal. What made you to say that he or she bought you KFC meal? Is because you see the box of the meal. It's written KFC. I'm not sure if you understand that. So whatever that you saw on the box that made you to say that this is it's a KFC meal, it is known as the functional group. I'm not sure if you understand that. Then the term meal is just a homologous series. If you didn't understand that, make sure that you go on the first part of our videos here in organic chemistry or here in our YouTube channel to actually listen or watch the first video. I think it's written hydrocarbon compounds part 1. Make sure that you go and watch it. You'll understand what I just said. You'll understand perfectly the difference between homologous series and the functional group. So these are alcohols. So if in an exam they say that they want you to write down the structure of the functional group of the alcohols, so this is what you must write. This is the structure. This is the structure of the functional group of alcohols. If they want you to write down or draw the structure of the functional group of alcohols, but if they want the name of the functional group of the alcohol, you write hydroxyl group. Hydroxyl or hydroxide group. Remember, the functional group is whatever that will make you to conclude saying that, this is an alcohol, because you saw the OH. Hence, I'm saying, if you want to understand what is a functional group or what is a homologous series, watch our first video. Pause this one and go to that one so that you can understand the difference, because I want to explain much here because we covered this. So if in an exam they want you to write down the structure of the functional group, this is what you write, OH. Then if they want the name of the functional group of an alcohol, it is the hydroxyl group. Very, very important for you to know. What you must know about the alcohols is that the OH at the end of the term alcohol, the OL, you will use it as a suffix. You will use it as a suffix. Remember, a suffix in English, our teachers taught us that it is the term that is used at the end of a word. That's what a suffix. Then a prefix, it's a word that they use in the beginning of a word. You know, now I'm also teaching you English. Write down. A suffix is a term that is used at the end of a word. Then a prefix is a word used at the beginning or in front of a word. For an example, happy is just a term. Then unhappy, the word or the two words "un" in the word unhappy is known as a prefix. Then happen or happened, ed, it is known as what? As a suffix. Okay. So another thing that you must know is that whenever you are giving the IUPAC name of an alcohol, this is what you must know, is that the OH is not always on the first carbon, meaning that it will always, it can be placed in any of the carbon atom in a structure. It's not always, or it's not mandatory for it to be on the first carbon or on the third carbon or on the fourth carbon. It is always, it is not always on the first carbon. So whenever you actually, let's say you saw that this is an alcohol, you must tell us which carbon atom is the OH situated or placed. I'm not sure if you understand that. Then you must know the properties of alcohols, that they manufacture medicines, they are highly flammable, they manufacture perfumes, and whatsoever that they can actually make. That is why even, what is this? Let's just leave it. I forgot what I wanted to say. Even the sanitizers, they have alcohol. Even the alcohol that people actually drink, it is the alcohol actually. So you must know what is this? The properties of alcohols, that they are highly flammable, they manufacture medicines, perfumes, that they are highly flammable and whatsoever things. So you can use your textbook to find the properties of alcohols. Okay. Let's say we have this structure. On the first video, I showed you guys how to give an IUPAC name of any structure. I showed you that. So if you didn't watch it, make sure that you're going to watch it, because I'm not going to talk about the steps of giving the IUPAC name. Make sure that you go there. So how many carbon atoms do we have here? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5, meaning that the prefix, it will be pent, right? Pent, that's the prefix. I'm not saying that's the IUPAC name, just that is just what the prefix. Okay, then let's check. We have carbon number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you said that you must consider the longest chain. Okay, how many carbon atoms do we have? We have 5. This is the carbon. This is carbon number 1, and this can also be carbon number 1. So make sure that when you give the IUPAC name of whatever structure, start on the carbon or on the side where it is easier for you to find what the functional group. I'm not sure if you understand that. So meaning that we will not start here, because when you start here, the OH group is on carbon number 4, but when you start here, it's on carbon number 2. So all the time, make sure that you give the IUPAC name of whatever structure, you start on the side that it is easier for you to find what the OH. So it is 1, 2. You see that? But if I was going to start in this carbon atom, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be on carbon number 4. So it's going to start on the side where it is easier for us to find what the OH. I'm not sure if you understand that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to be pentan, not pent. Pentan. Then you specify what the carbon atom you specify the carbon atom that actually holds the OH. It's carbon number 2, 1, 2. Meaning that this 2 here tells us that the carbon atom, the OH is found on carbon number 2. It's very, very important. Let's move forward. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have our OH on that carbon atom there. Okay, how many carbon atoms do we have? We have 4 carbon atoms. Is this an alcohol? Yes, it is an alcohol. Why? Because we see the OH. So the OH tells us that the structure is the structure of an alcohol. And remember, how many carbon atoms do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the prefix, not the IUPAC name, the prefix will be buts. Remember, it will be buts. But now we must check the carbon atom that actually holds the OH, or the carbon atom that actually the OH is placed on, which is carbon number 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. We start, actually we give the IUPAC name from the side that is easier for us to find the carbon number, the functional group, which is carbon number 2. So this is going to be butan, not buts, butan. If it was, we had 5 carbon atoms, it would be pentan, 6 hexan, 7 heptan, 8 octan. You see, not octan. Hyphen, then you actually write the carbon atom that actually holds the OH, which is carbon number 2. This becomes what? The IUPAC name. And this is a secondary alcohol. Why? Because the OH is situated on the second carbon. But that's not how you actually explain why this is a secondary alcohol. But it's easier for you to use that whenever you are given different types of structures. Then they ask you if this is a secondary alcohol or not. Yes, it is a secondary alcohol because why? The OH is attached on the second carbon. Meaning that if the OH was on the first carbon, it was going to be the primary alcohol. I'm not sure if you understand that. If the OH was attached to the carbon atom that on that carbon atom we do have a branch, it will be a tertiary alcohol. But you can only use that way whenever you want to see a structure. But if they want you to explain why is this a carbon, why is this a structure a secondary alcohol, you use the exam guide to explain why is it a secondary alcohol. I'm not sure if you understand it. Let me repeat it. This will be a secondary alcohol. You only use what I'm going to say if you are given different types of structures. This is a secondary alcohol. Whenever the OH is placed on the second carbon, that structure is known as a secondary alcohol. But if it was, the OH was here, it will be a primary alcohol. Why? Because the OH is placed on the first carbon on our structure. But that's not the reason that you give when they want you to give the reason why is it a primary alcohol or why is it a secondary alcohol. But if we say that it is a, if we say it is a tertiary alcohol, it means that the carbon atom that has OH and a branch, so the type of that alcohol, it will be the tertiary alcohol. Alright, but when they ask you to give a reason why is it a secondary alcohol, primary alcohol, or tertiary alcohol, that's not the reason that you give. Use your exam guide to explain that. Okay, let's say we have a branch here. And if you want to understand the primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, as I was explaining here, make sure that you go and watch the haloalkanes. I explain those things. Okay, let's say this is OH here. Then they want us to give the IUPAC name of this structure. Remember, on the first video of our organic chemistry on the hydrocarbon video, part 1, we said that when you give the IUPAC name, you consider the longest chain. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the straight chain can be used as the longest chain, or even this one can be used as the longest chain because they are equal. Now, the second one, you specify, you consider the functional group. So the functional group is the hydroxyl group, which is OH, meaning that this is what is an alcohol, because we see the OH. Then we specify the functional group. So, if we are going to start here to make this carbon number 1, everything that we will say about it, if we make this carbon number 1, it follows that trend that our first carbon is this one. If we want to make this the first carbon, we must make sure that always this will be our first whenever we do what we give the IUPAC name, but I'm going to choose this one. Even if you start there, even if you start here, it's one the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be, okay, before I'm writing that, we do have a branch. A branch comes before what the IUPAC name. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On carbon number 5, we have our branch. The name of the branch is methyl. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be 5 hyphen methyl. This 5 tells us where the branch is situated on carbon number 5. So it will be 5 methyl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hexane, not hex, hexane. We want what the carbon atom that holds the OH is carbon number 1. 1 all. So this becomes our IUPAC name, and you must make sure that the branch you attach it to what? To the IUPAC name. If it was methyl butane one, or you're going to actually attach those two terms, methyl and the IUPAC name. So that's very, very important. So this will become what? The primary alcohol, right? Because the OH is attached on the first carbon. You only use that way if you are given different types of structures in your table. But if they want you to explain why is it the primary alcohol, just use your exam guide or ask your teacher. He or she will explain why is it a primary alcohol. That's very, very important. I want to explain this thing, then we end this video. I want to explain this thing because many learners, they get it wrong, but I believe that today you're going to get it right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's fine. This is what we are having. Let's say the OH is here. So this is an alcohol because we can see the OH, the functional group of the alcohols. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's say we take what? The straight chain to be the longest chain. This will become our branch, right? But if we can use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's one and the same thing. This is no longer now a branch, but this one here, it will be a branch. I'm not sure if you understand that. If we use a straight chain, this will be a branch because it is outside our line. Because these carbon atoms are collinear. They act in the same straight line, if we were to say like that. But if we start here saying that this carbon number 1, this carbon number 2, carbon number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. This carbon here, this carbon atom will no longer be regarded as a branch, but a branch will be this one, attached on carbon number 2. I'm not sure if you understand that. So give the IUPAC name of this thing. It's up to you if you start here or you start there. So on the same thing. But the most important thing, start on the side where it is easier for you to find what? The OH. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can use the straight chain. So it will be the branch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It will be 7. What is the name of the branch? 7 hyphen methyl. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octan. 1, 2, 3, 4. You specify the number, the carbon atom that holds the OH. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 all. So this is how you actually give the IUPAC name. I'm not sure if you understand that. Very, very important. That's very, very important. So let me just give you one that you will give its IUPAC name. Then please leave your answer on the comment section to see if you guys are understanding this. I'm challenging you now. I want to see if you really understood this. Give the IUPAC name of this and leave your answer in the comment platform. Thank you.